Hello, everybody. Welcome to a live reaction from MinnMax. MinnMax is a place about games, friends, getting better, and my name is Ben Hansen, and I'm here, of course, with the one and only Jeff Markieva.
That's me.
Welcome. This is the reaction stream for the Xbox Developer _Direct. Don't forget the underscore. It's very important. We are going to be sharing our live reaction to all this good stuff. We're going to see Indiana Jones trailer, potentially gameplay, some new stuff from Avowed.
Oh, I thought that was Oppenheimer down in
No. It could be more interesting overall. But we got Hellblade II gameplay coming up, all that fun stuff. We also have Haley McLean joining live, I do believe. Hello, Haley. Can you hear us? Whenever she jumps in, boy, howdy, she's going to jump in. In the meantime, here's the scoop, everybody. If you support MinnMax at any tier on Patreon, patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's. You want to help support independent games media at any tier, even the $2 tier, we will send you an Xbox code. You will get an Xbox game for your new Xbox. So all you have to do, jump in at any tier on Patreon. Again, help support independent games media from now until this Sunday, the 21st. You jump in there, new supporters only. Jump in there on Patreon and we'll message you. We'll send you a DM on Patreon with an Xbox game code. So thanks everybody for supporting MinnMax. We are dangerously close to hitting 4,000 supporters on Patreon. So you can push us over the edge, and we literally have 350 codes to give away. So don't be shy. Jump in, get an Xbox code, everybody who wants to help support independent games media. We appreciate it. All right. Now, Haley, you have 40 seconds to figure out what's going on. Otherwise, this is going to be a confusing overlay. I'll just take this time to make it all work. Jeff, meanwhile, anything you want to learn today? What's your highest ambition?
I'm looking forward to seeing Obsidian stuff.
Yeah, the Avowed game. Like, we've seen plenty of snippets before, but it does feel like this is the time for the quote-unquote...
Let's see some actual stuff. Yes.
Yeah, let's see this deep dive. Let's see how all these systems are actually working together. All right, Haley, whatever's happening, I can't help you because we're live on air. Oh. Haley, we got it. We got it. Welcome to the big show.
Thank you. I don't know what's up with my Discord. I have to restart my computer every time I want to be in a Discord call these days.
Don't worry about it. This is Haley McLean, our community manager and host of Bonus Pod, our new podcast. Welcome, Haley.
Yippee. Hello.
All right, I'm going to get this overlay perfect as we learn about these wonderful developers over there at Microsoft. Okay. Live production here, folks. Live production. As always, let us know what the volume is. We can ride it however you want us to ride it. I feel like they're doing a really good job of like setting expectations for this, so I would be shocked if they're going beyond what they're saying they're going to do, right? It's just like, hey, we're showing 4 games. They laid it all out exactly what they're going to show for each. Like, don't expect a huge wild shadow drop like Hi-Fi Rush was last year. Everybody relax. But I think it's a really good message.
They got cartwheels, though.
Oh, yeah. That's Obsidian. How do they do this? They just send a film crew to the studio like, hey, everyone, do physical stuff. And you might get in the montage.
Does that ever happen at Game Informer?
No. Nothing physical ever happened at Game Informer. Let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Volume seems okay, everybody? Let us know. These are pleasant. I know they haven't done that many of these, but I really like this format. I think they're doing a great job over there.
It's really aesthetic, yeah.
Well, they heard me. They're starting with Obsidian.
Great. You can tune out right after that, Jeff, and you're welcome to take a nap, man.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different.
Thoughtful reactivity.
We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of AORA. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG.
The one.
Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted.
Why is it giving him
For all
Mortals of
battles, you can
little
combine a
tiny
variety
bit?
of weapons,
Don't say
attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee
little pull
attacks,
towards.
blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a
Just
one-handed
stand right in
wand,
front of me
it
and I'll
feels
use a
quick
spell
and
to kill ya.
snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot
Oh my
ability,
God, the
you
way
can
they
stop
crumple
enemies in
down,
their
it's like, I
tracks,
give up.
giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want.
However.
Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range.
Oh, interesting.
Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage.
All right, sure.
You could use your enchanted wand to freeze
Why
enemies,
doesn't everyone in Harry
and
Potter
then
use
use your
dual-wield
offhand
wands?
weapon's
They're
power
so
attack
stupid
to
in Harry
shatter
Potter.
them.
Why has that never been
We've
a
worked
thing?
hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the Living Lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki.
He did it.
Trying
He's
to
the
keep
guy.
Thirdborn safe.
Just kill him right now. Use your
In
little
other
death spell.
words, You're a gang of vigilantes.
Or just stab him with a wand,
I'm
really.
to judge.
Here,
Just dual wheel wand him. Hurry
Take
up.
my
Get it
badge.
over with.
take everyone's.
2 ears.
Our families deserve to know we fought and died.
Avada Kedavra times 2.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I
Embrace
rested
gray
in the cave
areas.
by the
That's an
water last night,
interesting
and as
stance
we
to
were
take.
sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a
Weird
thought
cut.
he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all
Yeah,
often
all three.
and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they...
Something about that UI
They
I'm
should've
not
never
in love
camped in
with.
the cave.
Maybe it's like the Pillars
I'll
UI,
take the
they're
badges.
carrying that over or something, but
Going
it
back to
looks a little
Thirdborn.
Yeah.
out of place.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the
Kinda looks like
battle
the
as an
Nancy
act
Drew
of
you.
cowardice, then he might challenge you
main
to a fight
inspiration.
to
Throw that out
reclaim
there.
his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich.
A fan
weird,
made that
and
Obsidian arcade
wonderful.
game on the right.
we found
It's like a dungeon
inspiration
crawler?
in a wide
Yeah.
swath
So
of
fun.
real-world
I think
cultures.
it's maybe
helping
somebody in the
us
studio,
create
yeah, but they made a whole
unique
cabinet
RPG
for it, and if you go there, you
experience.
can play it.
By
It's pretty sweet.
contrasting the
fun.
vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones,
water's
we
dirty
can
as well.
better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance
That's
a
where we just
vibrant
saw
jewel
a gray
of color.
area side quest.
By
I'm
transitioning
learning a
from
lot.
destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis,
Gray
there's the
horizon.
opportunity there for life, for
Yeah.
adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
This fall.
Oh wow. Clips you just saw, but a little faster.
I can't believe he just stands there.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, now that is art,
Ooh,
baby.
That's my favorite thing so far.
Jesus
I want that to
Christ.
cover.
That looks freaking sweet. If that's the
Can I
box
just
Could've
buy
led with
that
that.
poster?
yeah. I can't get over it. No gray area when it comes to our opinions on the key art. Jesus Christ.
Everything's a gray area except for our art. Here at Obsidian, we do our best to make things colorful. They said colorful like 12 times.
They did,
also.
yeah. Oh, here we go.
Yay, I'm playing Hellblade right now.
Ooh, perfect.
It's very good. It's giving me Remedy vibes, honestly, even though I know that came out before Hellblade 2, obviously.
Sure.
Hi,
I
I'm
can see
Don
that.
Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again
many
combined
hands?
high fidelity and immersive presentation
Oh, it's
with a
beautiful.
shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we
Interesting.
really care about,
Messaging
and that
short.
we hope you care about too.
Isn't the first game only like, what, 10 hours or less than that even?
I think less than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks fun.
Senua is back with a new quest.
Can't wait.
She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover.
Huh, sweet bit of
Senua
legs.
will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
What's happening?
It looks stunning.
Senua is a
Yeah.
Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I was intrigued. The very
Players
first
will find
credit in the
themselves
first game
traversing
is like
beautiful and hostile environments,
the people who helped
seeking
aid in
answers
the
from
mental
patterns
health
and signs
like,
that
background
Senua
knowledge
sees in
stuff.
her own unique
Yeah.
I
way,
thought that was cool.
and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
God. Oh my god, that is my worst nightmare. Jesus.
Pre-order
On Saga,
now.
we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew,
Yeah,
and
I'm a
new
nerd for this
cast.
stuff. I
We
love seeing
spent a
behind
lot
the
of
scenes
time
mocap stuff.
planning
Really?
the motion capture shoots.
Oh yeah, like when they put
thinking
stuff
of
on
what
dogs and
events
horses for
would be
Red
good
Dead, I
to
watched every single
bring
little
into this
clippy
fight.
video
Like,
they
how
could give
can
me
we
for that
make this
stuff.
fight feel different
Did
from
you
the
ever see the
previous
video
fight?
from when we went to the studio
We have all new combat for the sequel.
and it was like Ben Reeves with
One of our
Alina
key
Jurgens
goals
just
was
like
the
doing
ability to
improv
actually
as
tell a story
Senua.
throughout it.
No,
It's
I need to see that.
It's
It does
dumb.
feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing.
Yeah, I feel like I always complain with
and
games like,
she really
it just doesn't feel
need much
realistic the
help
way
from
they're
me.
getting attacked. Like, you'd be
On
way more
stage,
scared
our
than
main
that. And I've been
focus is
playing Hellblade, and she acts
So
like how I
get
would
to
act if I
watch
was
the
being attacked. So I'm
actors
like,
and
I
see
want
all
it
the
the other
beautiful
way. I want
expressions
it.
on their faces.
I want it to dull down.
And then I have to wait
Cool.
a while, and then I get to see that all again in game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving
Yeah, for
a
sure.
deep level of immersion to help suspend your
It's
disbelief.
the
and
different
pull you into
aspect ratio
Senua's
here
story.
too.
We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
Can't wait to play it in the airport without headphones in.
To us.
Ruin my
Music
experience.
is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
I don't know how they're doing that close-up camera.
On the music, we
It's
are
a really,
working with Hylum,
it's a
which
close-up,
for me is a
but it's
personal
moving.
privilege
So it's like it's on a
because I
dolly,
really
but
admire
it's
them.
there's not enough room, space in any of these rooms to
feel
like line
the
that up. It's
craft,
just a weird
the
detail that I
depth,
can't
the
stop
meaning
thinking
in the
about. It
I
looks
love that
great.
you think of that.
Connects
Yeah.
with
Look
the
at it, just
game
think
and
about spatially how
elevate
it's
it to
working. It's
something
weird.
really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So
Oh, no.
this all
Oh,
creates a
cool.
very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here
My
at
friend's
Ninja
really into
Theory
ASMR,
is
so tell me about this
to
game.
craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through,
like it's
maybe
just
they
moving a
know
little
someone
bit,
that
I don't know.
relates to that character, and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we
They
are
call
creating
themselves
this
ninjas
character
at
that
the
grows
studio?
and grows
I
and
guess
grows
so.
and grows and keep
That's
growing
cute,
and keep
that's cute.
changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud
Aw,
of the
he's a
love,
sweetie.
care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
There it is! Finally! Okay. It's been a long time coming. There we go.
So they kicked it off being like shorter. So what are we thinking, like 3 hours, 4 hours?
No, I bet just that's code
short?
for like under 10. You know, like don't expect a God of War is kind of, I think, the subtext, right?
Okay.
But what the hell do I know? What's it gonna be? Oh, I told you there'd be secrets, Haley.
Little secret.
From Square? Oh,
this is
okay.
like in our Game of the Year debates when we mess up your list.
Stop, you're breaking the layout. Yep, fun. Great. I want to see more of this thing. The Mana game. Perfect. Perfect little surprise. Now to try to remember what this one was called.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana の情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに
It could use like a skeleton falling apart like the Avowed key art, but other than that, it's perfect.
心に響く楽曲の数々。武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、
I do prefer weapon-based battle systems.
本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Are you a Mana guy, Jeff?
I played the Super Nintendo one.
Yeah.
And enjoyed that as a kid.
That's about it.
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana の内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Breath. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana に落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。
I love these and I also feel like I could draw half these, which makes me like them more.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But then you sit down to try and you're like, never mind.
しっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがあります。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラブデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなど、ゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、 ピックルは誕生しました。
ピクル。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょ
う。Okay.
Wait, this is the battle music?
Aren't you getting pumped, dude?
Are they demonstrating when it doesn't
アク
work?
ション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、
The problem is they made the little guys so cute. I don't want to kill them. They're adorable. They're all little babies.
そして本作ならではの
Murder
特徴
these
として
ducks with helmets on.
聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、
I'll kill that
その
thing.
力を宿
Yeah,
し
that
て
guy's
使うと
gross.
バトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。
That's an
I
abomination.
hate him.
精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とと
That
も
thing's
に
pretty gross
聖剣
too.
伝説の世界ら
Yeah,
しい
kill
不
him too.
思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
Send him right in the bulb.
Air
Jeez.
juggling himself.
オリジナルモンスターやピックルにも注目してほしいのです
Jacket.
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう
Like you wouldn't wear that,
小山田
Jeff,
君を
if
中
you
心
had a
に
chance. Come
Show us
on.
your
But I wouldn't look
頑
as
張って
coward.
作ってくれていますので
I'm jealous.
ぜひ発
You
売
need
日を
gray hair,
楽しみに
Jeff.
待っていてください。私自身も
I mean
プレイ
that.
す
You
るのを
what?
need it. You need gray hair. I think you'd look cooler if you had gray hair.
聖
Yeah.
剣伝説シリーズとして初めて
Just like in your everyday
Or
life.
just more hair in general, I would take.
Sure,
聖
sure.
剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox
summer.
ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Sharon dates. Perfect. Perfect presentation so far. Impeccable. Maybe I'm rooting for it too much, but I feel like this is exactly what I'm hoping for these types of things.
The flow is very nice.
Yeah.
This is a good idea to have them all connected with this little notepad thing. That's nice.
Mhm.
When it's just like next one, next one, next one, I'm just like
Right, right.
Kind of feel like
Fast-paced
I
game.
get bored almost, even if the games are cool.
Yep, totally. You got your ASMR little pencil sounds too for all the freakos out there.
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. ARA History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
ARA is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and
This is a
gameplay
genre I
fans of
really
this
want to
genre
get
love,
into,
where
but
you'll
I just
explore the
I don't know
world,
why. I've tried
expand
like
your
5
nation,
times.
govern your
I hear ya.
people, and engage with your rivals
It
on the
looks so
international
fun
stage.
once you know
But
what's
it isn't
going
just
on.
more of
Yeah.
the same.
I can never
With ARA,
know what's
we
going
wanted to
on.
challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have
the
over
hell?
100 instruments on display in
Get
the
outta here.
office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement.
Perfect. Perfect.
It's been an amazing
that's
process to
lovely.
see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is ARA, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on Earth.
Like 1,000
For
sheep.
ARA, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that
I kind of
encourage
like that it's not so
exploration and
gritty.
give
Like,
players
I get
power
that
to
the grid's
experiment
needed,
and
but
make
like
meaningful
the fact that
strategic
I don't really
choices
see
while
one
still
makes me
having
more
agency
intrigued
over
by
their
this,
play's
actually.
life.
We also wanted to explore more
not so
in different
nitty-gritty,
parts of
you know?
history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into ARA is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
I like
The
that.
living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the
grid.
wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world,
It's like a little
leading
hidden
their
city
people as they
skyline in there.
thrive
Maybe
and
Sarah would
grow.
like it.
Core to the vision of ARA is our philosophy of rule
It's your
how
job
you
to
want
convince
to
her of
rule.
that.
And no feature
She's
better
normally really
exemplifies
receptive to
this
game
than a
suggestions,
prestige
so take it
system.
away, Haley.
To win a game of
She just
ARA,
has to go through the
players will
Renaissance
compete
era,
with
the
their rivals
Industrial
to build
era,
the
all
most
these other eras
influential,
before she gets
impressive,
into the
and
city stuff.
important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In ARA, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play ARA, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of ARA that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them
Kind of
into
like
the
a
tools
mix
that
between
you
that
need, and
those
then
classic
finally
Civ games and
getting
like
to the
a Zoo
outcome or
Tycoon
reward
kind of
something like an
energy
important
to it,
achievement
like
or
not
triumph.
dumbing down, but
Just
like
changes
more
the
accessible
challenge that
entry.
exists in
Yeah, well,
into
especially if it's on
other
console.
4X
Like, I think
games.
they kind of need to in some ways, yeah.
Crafting plays out in ARA at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and
I assume it's a
citizens'
console.
lives,
I mean, I guess we've
and
only
even
seen
manufacturing
PC
the
interface,
weapons
but-
necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in ARA encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In ARA, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes ARA just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For ARA, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in ARA has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a
Wish I could
diverse
take
global
Copernicus
roster,
and
we
pull
know
into the
players
future and
will
be like,
find
look at
leaders
this
that
game
they
you're
will
in.
want
Just
to play.
what would his
And even a
reaction in
few that may
Italian be?
surprise them
He'd
with
be
how
like,
fun it
"Oh,
is when those
I don't
leaders
know
are
about the-
handed the reins
Yeah.
of
Bellissimo.
power.
Oh my god!
All turns at the same time? I don't think this
Us at
works on a game
Oxide,
design
Player
basis.
feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective.
Wait,
from
was
the
she
people we're
sitting
making
in a
ARA
hammock
for.
under her desk?
Under her desk.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive.
See, that's so
We knew we
Zoo
should probably make a
Tycoon.
change
I used
when
to
one of
make
our
tiger
insiders
pits and
made a
then let them all
forum
loose and
post
see
that
what
was just,
happened.
Cougars, cougars.
Cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring
That
you a
must have been
strategy
something funny in
experience
like
no
alpha
other.
testing that there was just
We're
cougars
so
everywhere.
excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of ARA is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play ARA and to create your own history.
I'm intrigued by that because at the start I kind of was like, I wish there was a game
PC.
and then that made it more, oh yeah, only PC.
Interesting.
Accessible, and then they kind of just showed that essentially.
Yeah. Indy! Is it time for him to emerge? Come on. Yeah, baby!
There we go.
Don't play the music and get us struck on YouTube, please. I beg of you.
How can they not though, you know?
They're gonna do it. It's fine.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game,
My family and I watched
you
them at
aren't
Christmas.
just playing
I always
as
think of
Indy,
Christmas
you
when I see
are
Indiana Jones,
Indiana
yeah.
Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones.
See through his eyes, first
When
person?
Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever.
Man.
I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going
Looks first
after,
person.
what period of his life it was in, what
saw
kind
that
of
from that
arc
little
he was
teeny
going to
glimpse
It seemed that way.
As
I'm
the
sure I'll
years
be
went on, I
wrong, but it
thought,
looked that way.
Who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games.
Yeah.
I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Woo! I love this. They saved the title reveal. That's fun.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Okay. All right. Tough face to pull off.
Yeah. Assuming they have the rights to Harrison Ford's face and all that,
Yes.
or are they being a little sneaky?
No, I think they have the rights.
History.
Okay.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, yeah,
There's
first
different
person.
ways to interpret the past.
That voice.
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs.
Sounds
scattered and buried.
Close.
Yeah.
Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
All right. Weird.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance.
It sounds like
draw
you
a
can.
line through these ancient sites around the globe.
Is it like some AI
Get a
voice?
perfectly aligned circle.
That's what I'm wondering.
It sounds closer to him than he did in the flashback in the latest movie. Like, that's what has me suspicious. Good.
I've had run-ins
Good.
with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can
Sometimes he looks like the him and sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah.
On.
Ah! Oh, the Japanese.
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Chirkulimani. The Great Circle.
There we go. There's the title, folks. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
You have any idea how old that was?
Yeah, something about his eyes, but that's fine. That's fine. Look, I don't need
Yeah.
it to be exactly lifelike.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years.
He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate
about my
and
boyfriend?
determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at
Modeling
Machine
the
Games,
hat.
we do
Don't
that
forget this
best
part of the
for
hat
first
here.
person. It's the ideal
That's the
perspective
brim.
to bring you into the rich, exciting, and interactive world we've built.
Good note,
We
good note.
believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel
Would you
like
both
your own.
prefer first person over third?
I think I'd go third.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in
Damn, that would
ancient
hurt.
temples,
Right in the face.
or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fist fight. All of these moments are much more intense in first person.
But we still want you to
Yeah, I
have
don't
those
know what I'd
moments.
prefer.
Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Okay.
Oh.
Chronicles of Riddick style, right,
Indiana
Jeff?
Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Tell us. That's where you live, Haley, right there.
On next
Yay, they're flying over me. Hi.
Need help. Stop. Maybe in fact, stop.
Even though it's like, what, 1920
We always
something or
talk
whatever?
about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation.
Okay.
The most authentic
Puzzles?
Indiana Jones experience
They're showing a lot.
is the one that makes you
They
think
are.
I think this is coming out this year, folks.
Sure, there
Can't wait to
will be
Google
some
solution
obstacles that will
to
be more
square
easily
forest
overcome
puzzle.
with the revolver
Indiana
or
Jones and the
gun
Lost
taken
Circle.
from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
You got a blimp.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score
quite the
for The
setup.
Great Circle.
John Williams composed the original soundtrack, and we found somebody too. That's a weird way to phrase it.
To copy
We also
his
take
essence.
a very movie-like
To steal his
approach
essence.
to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors.
More mocap nerd stuff.
Things
Ooh,
like
that
this
was a
help
cool
us
little
bridge the
Kindle
gap
thing
between
for
making a
in-air
game
stuff.
and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is
Gina.
pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if we can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up?
A lot of
We
people are
always
guessing it's
love
Troy Baker
our
for the
villains
voice.
and think we might have found our favorite
It's-
one yet.
I'm curious.
Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
Cool.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under in the skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great
Half
Circle
goal.
is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of the head.
Okay.
And when you can't use your wits,
Why go for
you
the
got
crab?
Indy's most iconic
Weird.
Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment.
Huh.
You can use it as a distraction.
Interesting.
And yes,
that's
you can
fun.
absolutely use it in combat.
Guy looking up at the stars. I heard a
Everything
whip.
you'd
I bet it's a
expect from Indy's
planet
whip.
rotating around.
And
me.
hopefully a little bit more.
What? Turn around.
Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps,
What?
small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Some people are so good at reading the little prompt. Like, she's one of them. Like, I like
Yep.
how she's telling me things.
I like how she's telling me things. No,
She's good at it.
Everybody they've had presenting is excellent so far.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these rollercoaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise.
No mention of the voice.
And create
That's like-
such
seems
an
like a huge
authentic
question.
experience
Yeah.
while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year. And
Okay.
I cannot
Wow.
wait to share more soon.
Look at Todd Howard in the back. Sneaky little guy.
Todd.
All right. Looks good.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that.
The hat. Put the hat on.
Oh, now I recognize him.
It's like his face is always so well lit, like in every shot. You can't hide it.
Yeah.
But he has to be in dark caves. Maybe that's why he's kind of in a weird, uncanny zone,
He does
especially.
like the DreamWorks smile too. It's like really crunked up one side.
Any more secrets?
No, they're leaving the call.
Wait a minute. Sizzle reel. Great presentation. Save your
Yeah, it
big
was good.
reveals for the middle of the year, and then this is just a nice time to dive in deeper. Oh! They showed that rig. Hang on. We'll have to go back and look at the camera rig in a second.
Animals, children, and game developers.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing
recap of
art
the
with
dates, that's
game-changing
nice.
tech.
Core to the vision of ARA is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
You aren't just playing as indie, you are indie.
Scanning his crotch.
My name is Masaru Oyamada.
Yes, this tracks.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Copy and pasted the wrong thing, chat. Ignore that. Those are notes for the podcast later. New rig. Underscore watching underscore dogs underscore. Don't go! Don't go! No!
Oh, they did it.
Time for Elder Scrolls
Oh, and also you can learn
Online.
about Elder Scrolls Online. Don't worry about it. We don't care.
It's
Go
an
see
extra
the
hour.
rig. You need to see.
It's just
Yeah.
okay. Let's just see it. Let's see what everyone's been asking about.
No, what's the rig?
Does that close-up rig look like? All right. Okay, do you see it? So they just have like
Yeah.
this little track.
Yeah.
So that's how they had that little bit of movement. That's
On little,
interesting.
little skateboard wheels. There you go.
Yeah.
What are the odds
Oh
they
my
would
God, they're
show
super
that?
wheels.
That is. It
That's
was
for you.
I guess so. Thank you, Microsoft. I'm no longer a Sony pony because they went out of their way to show us this little camera rig. Great presentation. We're going to be unpacking all of it on the new episode of the MinnMax Show podcast, which will be going live later tonight in the podcast feed, but we're going to be going live very shortly here on YouTube for a special live episode. So every blunder and blooper from Jeff Marchiafava is going to be left in the episode. So get ready for that.
Love it.
So we'll be talking all about that stuff, but this is about a perfect little presentation. This really impressed the hell out of me, but we'll talk about it more on the podcast. And again, thank you for supporting Independent Games Media. You can always hit subscribe to our YouTube channel. That helps us in a big bad way. Or if you support us at any tier on Patreon, patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's, you unlock great benefits, including weekly access to Bonus Pod, Haley McLean's new podcast that's Patreon exclusive. And we will send you an Xbox game. So if you support MinnMax on Patreon at any tier from now until Sunday, January 21st, we will send you a DM, a message on Patreon with an Xbox game. So thanks for helping to support us. It's the least we could do to give you something back for supporting Independent Games Media. So we hope to see you jump in there and help us hit 4,000 supporters, because we're like, I think 60 people away from hitting 4,000. So get a game, help us support that, or help us hit that goal. We'd appreciate it. All right, any wise words before we bow out of here and go start the MinnMax show?
Good presentation. Very succinct and pleasing to look at and good.
That's it. Just like
Learn more later on the podcast.
just like Jeff Marchiafava. Okay, we'll talk about it more on the podcast. Subscribe to the MinnMax show. All right, thanks so much, everybody. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, hang on. We're not done because OBS feels like breaking down. Hang on.
Same
Are we-
OBS.
It really... Okay, there we go. And